because she gave us Halloween Town, and for that we will love Halloween Town 1 through 3.
Have you seen her on TikTok? Because she does like TikToks, and she's dating the guy who played Cal.
She's married to him now.
Oh, they're married?
They're married.
Let's put that genie back in the bottle.
Paints with the colors of the wind, bitch.
It's time for 2 Finger Point.
Power Daddy.
Our shoes are in the pond.
Extra magic hours, which we in turn called extra tragic hours.
People called him the naked mole rat.
Did you really just 2 finger point?
Here are your hosts, Amber and Kylie.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of 2 Finger Point. I'm Amber.
And I'm Kylie.
And we're back for episode 17.
Woo-woo.
Wow. I can't believe we're already almost at episode 20. It doesn't feel like, it never feels like it.
It feels like I guess we're newer in the podcast world, but it feels like we just started like last week.
I know, right? But I'm glad that we're back with our new, the second episode of our new layout of everything, guys. So we've started segmenting everything out so that it's a little bit cleaner. Everything kind of flows a little bit better. And let us know what you think about it, or if there's something that you guys would like to hear that we're not doing. So let's get with it. We'll start with the basics, our Disney news. I wanted to point out a fun fact that I saw. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but both of the Disney parks in America are in Orange County.
I think I realized this when we moved to Florida, because I just thought it was interesting. We lived in Orange County. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to the beach with some friends, and we took a photo on the beach, and it was like 4 of us, but it was like 2 guys, 2 girls, and I was like, this is feeling very Laguna Beach. And so I remember captioning the photo, what did I say? Vista Way, the other Orange County.
Oh my God. I love that. That's so funny though. I think I forgot. Oh my God, but Orange World, how did I not know that?
Oh my gosh, that store. Do you want to talk about that store?
Yes. So it was like, it was like on the side of the freeway, and it was just this big giant orange, like dome shaped building. And I was like, what is that? And it's Orange World. And you go in there and you can find just about pretty much everything orange flavored in this place. Like obviously you're going to get oranges, orange juice, the basics, but like orange flavored everything. And
Amber went in there looking for one thing.
Did they have it? They didn't, right?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did. Okay. So I have an obsession with those. I don't know if you guys have heard, they're Terry's chocolate oranges. You can get them usually around Christmas time in America, but they're a British chocolate, so you don't get them that often in America. And they're just these big balls of chocolate, and you break them and they turn into slices, and they're just chocolate with orange oil. And I'm obsessed with it. But anyway, I was on a mission, and Orange World did provide what I needed. So if you're an orange fanatic, Orange World is for you in Florida. They've got to have one here somewhere.
Maybe. I thought it was like a little privately owned thing, but.
Well, something in comparison.
I mean, yeah.
Just because which is also funny, is that both like have oranges that they like, orange groves and all that. Anyway, irrelevant to what we're talking about. But
apparently California holds supreme in the fruit produce, because as I was just telling you before we started, here in Georgia, you would think the peaches here at the store are from Georgia, but they're from California.
It makes no sense. Like, make it make sense.
I don't know.
I don't get it. I guess we're doing well in our produce, but I mean, I don't know. I would want the local stuff anyway. I wouldn't want the stuff coming in.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
The stores need to do better. They should be buying locally. I know it's hard, but like, that's what everybody wants. We don't want all that crap from everywhere else anyway. And inflation's already a thing, so like a little bit more for my fruit, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so what's going on at Disneyland?
Okay, Disneyland. So fun. So Oogie Boogie Bash, they started their ticket sales on June 29th, but they ended up having some technical issues. So most people, they were held up in a virtual queue that basically said, like, you're in line for the queue. Like when you buy most tickets, it's like, you're in line for the queue, please wait, and you will be brought to the portal. That never changed for most people. It just stayed. They were never entered into the portal, and then they basically timed out and they weren't unable to buy tickets. Some people were able to get through though, which Disney said with the people who were able to purchase tickets, they're going to uphold those tickets. So they'll keep those tickets for those people. But they did address the issue, and they're saying that they'll start the ticket sales again July 11th. So I think for us now, that's going to be Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so-
yes, Tuesday.
Yeah. So when our episode 15 comes out, that day, they'll be back on sale.
So you'll be hearing this in retrospect. Sorry. So was it like a server crash, or did they say what happened?
They didn't really address the issues as far as like what I was looking through. It just basically, I think it was like an influx of people because so many people wanted to buy. I think
Right.
it just I think it was some kind of a crash or some kind of glitch where it just, but it let some people in. So that's where I'm kind of like, what's going on with that? But again, I'm no IT girl. The farthest IT I can do is a little bit of coding from MySpace.
HTML.
Yeah, so that sucks. But I want to get tickets for Oogie Boogie Bash, so I'm thinking like I may look into trying to getting into this portal because I think it would be fun to go to this, and I know that they have some kind of a specific queue for like the magic key holders. They may not have it
Okay.
anymore, but they did. I think it might have been like pre-orders, which I think we're past that now. So I don't know. But I definitely want to go this year.
Yeah, and you can report back on what it's like to go through this portal, and then, in October, let us know how it is.
Oh, that's a good point too. Yeah, I'm curious about this portal. That's the main reason why I want to hop on the 11th, because I want to be like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But I'm excited because like I found out they do kick people out of the park, and it's DCA. It's not the original Disneyland, so they're going to kick everyone out of DCA, Disney California. And I'm excited to see what they do over there. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I'm a part of this. I definitely want to do this. But anyway, moving on with Disneyland. So what's happening right now is they're starting to see lower numbers of people in the park as the weather's getting warmer throughout the days. People are starting to come in a little bit later, maybe like around 5, 6 o'clock to come in and kind of be there for the fireworks. And during the day, there's a lot of space to move around, ride rides, be there for the 3 o'clock parade. I think this is interesting. I noticed it was mainly like during the week. Like I think weekends you still, like I've noticed on Saturdays, you still see a lot of people that are in the parks on Saturday. The person who was talking about this, they showed pictures from a Friday, like during the day, where it was just like super dead. There weren't that many people. And like, in the center of Disneyland where there's Walt and Mickey, and there's like the circle right there, the path right up to it, it was like completely empty. You know how there's like people like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, they were. And so when I looked at it again, Eric pointed out, like, he was like, no, they're all sitting in the shade because it was all sunny right there. And if you look in the back of the picture, they're all like huddled in 2 spots. And that was where
Okay.
people were. But it
Huh.
still wasn't that many people.
Yeah, because I remember, you always want to get a cool picture in front of that, but there's so many people there. It's hard to get a good picture of that
Yeah.
statue.
What surprises me is the low number of people in the summertime, because especially with us when we were in Florida and Disney World, that was when we saw an influx of people. So I think it's interesting now that that's at Disneyland not the case.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. I kind of want to try
Yeah.
that. I was telling Eric, I think we should go on like a random Wednesday. I'll take like a day off of work and we'll go see like what that
Test
looks
it
like during
out.
the day. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if it's like that, then we're doing something wrong going on the weekends. I need to just take days off randomly.
Yeah, that's very interesting. My family was always, from open to close, like we're
Yeah.
there. Just
Yeah,
leave for a
that's-
little bit to go to McDonald's for lunch. And other than that, you're
Yeah,
there.
that's how we were too. It was like you woke up, that Disney was the day. There was nothing else.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how, and even that's kind of what we noticed, because we've gone a couple of times for fireworks and just to be there at night because it is cooler, and it's just pretty to see at night. And we've noticed like more people have been coming in around that time with us too. I haven't been in the parks during the day as much recently, so now that's why I want to test that theory, because I think this is interesting, because
Yeah.
it's abnormal to me.
I'm curious because that could be a cool little secret.
Well, that's what I'm saying too, is it's like, as if that's it, then that's another thing that we've unlocked as far as like when the best times to go, because we're still trying to figure out when we're testing different days and times and seeing what works. So
Yeah. And is it because of global warming? Is it just change in society?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious why that change has occurred.
That's what I'm saying. And so I know that's why we got to experiment with it and see like what is it? Are we missing something, or is this just like the key that we've not noticed before that there's like,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Hmm.
All right. Shooting across the country over to Florida. So they're giving us a sneak peek of the merch that they have for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party over there in Magic Kingdom. It's so funny how they're like, we're stuck in summer and they're pulling us all the way over to the holidays.
Christmas
like,
in July.
oh, I love it. I love it. So yeah, so just to give some information on the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, it's held from December 9th till the 22nd of December in Magic Kingdom at Disney World. Some things that we can expect from them. The Spirit jersey, I've noticed like the Spirit jersey has become like a staple in the parks.
I've noticed that too.
Yeah, so they're doing a Christmas one. It's got Joy to the World written on the back, and it's got Mickey and Minnie. They're drinking hot cocoa together.
It's super cute.
I love it. And then it just says Mickey's Very Merry Christmas, like on the front, you know. And then just some other things to commemorate the event. We've got, the beloved pins, coffee mugs, ornaments, t-shirts, all the good merch stuff. I would want to get one of the pins. I like commemorating like by year, by event. So like if I was there, I would get a pin.
You're our new pin girl.
I know, right? It's weird. It's weird. I'm still like not used to being pin girl because that's so funny. Yeah, but no, yeah, I'm like into it. And the thing is, like, I'm being really weird about it too, because like I said, I'm really sentimental about things. It's just what I do. So like with the pins, I'm like, they have to mean something for me to buy them.
Yes.
What I think is a good thing though, right? Because I think if I was just buying all kinds of stuff, it I don't know.
Right.
It wouldn't.
Yeah. My thing is magnets. Every time we go to a place, I have to get a magnet.
Yes, that's my mom's thing. That's so funny. You guys, and it's so funny because you guys are both Sagittarius.
It's a Sag thing, I guess.
But that's how she is. Every, vacation or every cool place that she goes, it's a magnet because it's minimal, like a pin. It's something you can put up or have somewhere where you're like, wow, that's really cool. I went to all those things or I saw all these places.
Yeah, and it's not like a keychain where it's going to get in the way. It's on the fridge, out of the way, and if somebody comes over, they can look at it.
Yeah.
Nicholas, he is starting to get into cutting boards. We've found a collection of cutting boards where you can get the state with, and it's like wood carved in with like a wood burner.
Yeah.
And it shows like the towns, the cities, the landmarks, but it takes a lot of space up.
Oh, I know, but that's so cool.
They're pretty neat.
Yeah. Oh man, that's really neat. I want to get something like that. I like you guys' like state wall too, which by the way, I want to do something like that when Eric and I come together because I think that's such a cute idea.
Yeah. So for the listeners, I started this a long time ago. I think when I first moved out into my own place, but I did the little 1 foot by 1 foot canvas squares, and I just painted home is where the heart is on one, and then I just freehanded it, but just the shapes of the states I'd lived in. So at the time it was just California, Florida, and Arizona. And then when I met my husband, I did one where he's from Indiana, and then we met in Arizona, so we both lived there. He went to Berkeley, so he lived in California too, and now we have another one for Georgia.
I love it. I think it's such a cute idea. And I think it's fun because it's buildable too. Like you can go anywhere. And I love that.
Yeah, it's just a fun little way to bond in the artwork of our home.
Attention all DCPs, cast members, and all other Disney fanatics. Do you have an interesting story related to Disney?
Maybe you'd love to share what it was like working for the mouse, or why Disney holds a special place in your heart.
Or maybe you want to give us the dirty details about your roommate and how awful they are.
Yeah.
Write into us. We'd love for you to share your story on the pod.
Or even have you share your story on the pod.
That too.
Don't worry, if you want to stay anonymous, you can. Christopher Marlando.
Reach out to us at twofingerpointpodcast.com/contact or DM us wherever you're connected. So back to Disney World. So Refreshment Port in Epcot is currently closed for renovations until Food and Wine Festival. And then just building on Food and Wine Festival. They did, I think it was either today or yesterday, they released their festival kiosk list of like the foods to expect for this year.
Okay, so we'll have to share that. We'll put that on our Instagram post for this episode.
Yeah. I'm excited to kind of dive into that. I saw it this morning. It was like it had just gotten there, so I haven't gotten the chance to dive in yet. So
nice. And we'll link it too in our show notes.
So I'm excited about that.
Yay.
Okay. Are we ready for our segment of the week?
Well, I wanted to bring up something, and I thought I might as well tell you right now since we're on the topic of the World Showcase. So yesterday we were just looking for some place to get lunch, and we were gonna go get this Indian food, but then we saw Mediterranean and we're like, crap, which one do we do? But I was looking around the little plaza we had. They had like Vietnamese, Chinese, there was McDonald's, so American. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in the World Showcase right now. And it just kind of took me to that. So, but anyway, now we can go to our segment of the week.
No, but I know, let's pause for a second because this is actually kind of cool because like you have options of like so many different countries and cuisines. That's kind of exciting.
In one parking lot, I was like, this is really cool. And there was a Publix, so it wasn't like it was just a normal like strip mall, but there were so many different cultures to choose from.
I kind of like that. I like variety. I get overwhelmed sometimes, but then sometimes I can't make a decision. So it's like, if I can't make a decision, just go to that place and go pick one there.
Yeah. If you ever come visit, we can go to the World Showcase for food in Augusta.
And we don't have to pay for a Disney ticket.
Exactly.
That's so funny. Okay, now we'll segue into it. So segment of the week. So this is one that we thought would be really fun. So we were talking about, characters, side characters, main characters that were either underappreciated, deserved better, or we just kind of want to know more about because we didn't get enough from them. So we each picked like 3 characters and we'll kind of go back and forth and give some opinions and, things like that. Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
You can start.
Okay. So this is so on brand, the first one. So the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Yes, I know, Sleeping Beauty.
No, that's super interesting. Like, I feel like they could do a lot with that.
Well, like, what's their story, right? Like, there was a whole spinoff for Maleficent and her prequel that wasn't even an actual story. They created it.
Yeah.
So I think instead of live action, I would want to see animated personally. I don't know about you, but I think
that would be cute.
Yeah, I think it would make it more whimsical and magical, and they could do like either a movie or like a mini series or like a short about like their
because they have the dynamic because they were always fighting about the color of her dress, so they could do a lot with that.
They were always it was always something where they were in their 3 sisters bickering, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They could do so much with that.
It would have been so cute. So I think they're slept on. I think Maleficent is interesting, but I think we kind of pushed them to the side, and they were the ones that took care of Aurora. They're the ones that tried to keep her safe for like her entire childhood up to her 16th birthday.
I like that. That's a good one.
Okay, yours.
Okay, so my first one, it's the tan line ice cream tourist from Lilo and Stitch, the guy with the ice cream that it just keeps falling and you feel bad for him. I feel like he could have brought more to the story. Like, what's his name? And like, maybe he could have been friends with Lilo or something instead of being like a tourist. And Lilo could have been like, like, I don't know, hey Mike, she's running by or something, it could have there could have been a little bit more. Or he could have like a Disney short or something.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he's one of my favorite like framing characters because I wish he served more of a purpose because he's there and you're like, why are you there? Almost like it fits in, but it doesn't. You're like, I don't get your purpose and I would love to. Yeah, you're right. Like just a, hey, Mike or whatever. But I think a little short about him could have been really cute.
Disney, give us a short.
Do they still make the shorts, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're all on Disney Plus.
That's what I thought.
I think they even have some that they just make as a short that doesn't go before movies now. Like you can just go on Disney Plus and watch your shorts.
Oh, yay. Because I remember like would see him on the movies occasionally, but then like Disney Channel, they would pop him in as like their commercials because
Yeah.
they don't do commercials on Disney Channel, which is like awesome, by the way. And I thought that was really cool. So yeah.
Yeah. And fun fact about this character. So I don't remember if he has any lines or not, but Frank Welker voiced him. And sometimes Frank Welker does like sound effects too. So it could have been that. And if you don't know who Frank Welker is, he's a legend in the world of voiceovers, at least for me. So he voices on Scooby-Doo. He does Fred, and now he does Scooby as well. And most of the stuff he did Scooby on, what is it, Scoob, where Zac Efron was Fred, but he's still Scooby. He's not in the Mindy Kaling one. Don't get me started on that one. But terrible. But
Oh, okay. You've seen it.
I started the first episode and I was just so upset. I had to turn it off. It was
Ooh.
bad. But yeah, Frank Welker is in Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I like that. Well, that's cool. I mean, it makes sense animated, but that's cool. Yeah, no, I definitely Tanned Ice Cream Guy is a good one, and he's one that most people again don't think about.
Right? Like, can we have a character of him at Disneyland to take photos with?
Oh my God, you're
cool?
right. That would be so funny.
Or have him at Blizzard Beach.
You're
Or
right. One of the water parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be funny. I think, oh my God, that would be like a fun little, I think more adults would want to take pictures of that than
Right?
kids, but that's the whole point. It would be fun. I like it. Okay, next, just keeping with like the summer theme, I guess, water and beaches. Flounder from The Little Mermaid is my next one.
Oh, love Flounder.
Yeah, so I feel he's underappreciated and underrated as one of the characters. I feel like, you know, we've got Sebastian and Scuttle who kind of, you know, take the forefront as far as like side characters with Ariel. I feel like I kind of relate to Flounder a little bit. So he's a little ball of anxiety, right? He's always kind of like giving his let's think about this for a second opinion to Ariel, because Ariel's very like, she doesn't think about things. She's very impulsive.
Mhm.
And he's like, he's a little bit of a worrywart. And I kind of feel like sometimes I can be that person. I have a little bit of anxiety. So I'm always like, let's think this through. Maybe let's not just like make this move immediately. So I feel like I relate to that.
Yeah, I feel like going back and watching the movie, he wasn't really in it, but I do remember as a kid, like I had a stuffed flounder, and maybe it's because they had the Little Mermaid animated series. I feel like I got more of him, possibly because of that. But going back and watching it, and then in the live action one, he's hardly there, and it's really upsetting because I love Flounder.
I thought he was so sweet and squishy and just like,
yes, he's so cute.
Oh, that's, yeah. I think he and in the animated movie, I don't know how it goes in the new live action, but he gives Ariel the Prince like Eric's sculpture. Like that's what they say. And am I wrong?
I won't ruin it for you.
Oh no.
Oh, you mean am I wrong in the cartoon? I thought you meant am you wrong for the live action? No, I'm pretty sure you're right. I won't spoil the live action for you though.
Oh, I know. I'm still waiting for that one to come to Disney Plus. We looked it up today, guys. We thought it was supposed to be today because I saw somewhere it said July 8th, but it's not on there.
That's for you effers in the UK, apparently.
Which, I mean, if I wanted to get like VPN or whatever, I could download it, but that's just like a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So
they
say July 25th for us out here in America. So or maybe even a couple weeks after that. At least it's available to buy on the 25th. So we'll hold out hope for that. Just to round up. Yeah, he really got kind of pushed to the side. And I was reading, he was actually in a lot of different points in the movie. Like he was in the pond when they did Kiss the Girl. He was like right there when they got married, right there in the water. And so he was in a lot of other places. But I guess not pointed out because he wasn't like, he was just there.
He didn't really talk or anything.
Yeah. He only talked like in the underwater scenes at the beginning, really.
Yeah.
So justice for Flounder.
Okay, so for my next one, I picked Nakoma from Pocahontas. So that's her best friend that you see mostly at the beginning of the movie. But I feel like she played such a small role in the movie considering she is the protagonist's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like if I had a movie about myself, Amber would play a huge role in it, not just be in the beginning and then dodge out.
Yeah, it's just like, where are you the rest of the movie? There's a lot of things happening, and where are you?
Yeah, and like Pocahontas was one of my favorites as a little girl. And I feel like they had a lot of animated series back then. They had like Little Mermaid, Aladdin, they had like DuckTales, Goof Troop, like all those. I think they could have done one on Pocahontas and Nakoma, like maybe. And even back then, they always did like the baby shows too. So maybe just dial it back a little bit to where they were a little younger and just have little adventures in the forest.
Oh yeah, you're right. And a lot of these movies, like Little Mermaid, had like one, two, three. Like they were like,
Yeah,
there was she had a daughter. Like,
yeah.
so,
Well, Pocahontas had a second one too.
oh yeah, she did. You're right.
But I think they kind of were stuck with having to keep somewhat historically correct on it, even though it's way off. But yeah, I wanted more Nakoma.
Yeah, I mean, I think over the years we've kind of had like the best friend duo become, or even like the sister duo become more of a thing over the years. But yeah, I think this would have been really cool to see. I think this would have been an interesting story, even as like the teenagers that they were, or like you said, even younger. I think both would have been really interesting perspective of things.
Yeah, I think they tried to portray her a little older than she actually was. But yeah, it would have been cooler to see them at like 12, 13, 14.
Yeah,
at least as the characters Disney portrayed them.
exactly. Man, Disney, we're giving you so many good ideas here. If you're just running dry, they're here.
All right, what's yours, Amber?
Okay, so my last one here is Yzma from Emperor's New Groove. So I know they did a lot of shorts and different things for Emperor's New Groove, but I feel like they more focused on like Kronk.
Yeah.
You know? I feel
they did have a series on it and it was more Kronk.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to follow more Yzma. I feel she had that like, zany, crazy scientist, crazy witch vibe, and but in a funny way where she would like explode herself all the time.
Yes, she was like trying so hard to be like this like sophisticated villain, but she's just too zany.
Yeah, and so I feel like we kind of forgot about her too. Like I feel like the movies, everything kind of happened, and like nobody really mentions Emperor's New Groove that often, or even Yzma. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I almost dressed up as, well, I was going to be Kronk, but one of my old jobs, we were having a Disney, we were having a costume contest for Halloween, and my department got Disney, and so a friend of mine, we almost did Yzma, and she's like this short little thing, so she was going to be Yzma, and I was going to be Kronk, but we ended up doing the Sanderson sisters with somebody else, which was still epic, but it would have been kind of cool to be Yzma and Kronk.
That would have been so funny. And that was one of the people that we said we wanted to see in our villain land or villain world if they created it, because she has nowhere to really go right now. And I think it'd be a cool place to kind of have her reemerge.
Even I think it would be cool to do like an AI experience, like with Crush, or when they did the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, something like that where it's interactive with her. I think that would be really fun.
Oh, you're right. That actually could be fun because she's not scary. She's just silly and sarcastic.
Yeah, it's like
scary
humor.
looking. You're right. That would be, and they have the Crush experience over in
Epcot.
There, and then we have it in DCA. It's over like off the page area right there.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that.
Well, I stumbled upon it last time. I wouldn't have known if I didn't stumble into it.
It's pretty cool.
No, it's neat. It's crazy how I didn't go for the actual show because the show had already just happened, but I've seen like videos of it and how like it's fully interactive. Like they talk back to you and everything.
Yeah. I watched it at Epcot a couple times and it's legit.
Yeah.
I don't know if
cool.
it's technology or if it's a person, but either way, either the AI or that person's improv, it's awesome.
Which is so great because it's, I mean, kids are fascinated by it too. They're like, oh my God, he's talking back to me. So I think that's really
Exactly.
cute.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your last one?
So my last one is Pluto. I feel like he's the only like Disney, like that main group. He's the only one that's considered an animal and a pet, which can we talk about that? We've got mice running the show, and Goofy's a dog.
Is Goofy a dog? I thought Goofy was something different.
No, he's a dog.
Oh, he is a dog. Okay.
Yeah. And I feel bad. Justice for Pluto. He's so cute and jolly. Like, can we at least give him maybe a movie, like a feature film? I feel
Mhm.
like that would be really interesting if they did a feature film and just call it Pluto.
Yes, as soon as you said it, that was all I thought. I was like, it's just gonna be one word, Pluto.
That would be huge.
It would. I think it would be great. And I think, yeah, no, I think why does he have to be a pet? Why can't he be main like everybody else? Because you're right, we've got mice, we've got dogs, we've got what else do we have? We've got
Clarabelle's
Weed?
a cow, Pete's a cat.
yeah, I was just gonna say Pete. I couldn't think of his name. I knew there was a cat. Yeah, so we've got all kinds of animals running the show, and why does he have to be the only dog that's a pet? Poor guy.
No. So Justice for Pluto, that's mine.
I'm into the feature film. I think that would be amazing. It could even be live action if they really wanted to. I'll go with
Yeah.
the live action. I think it could be interesting.
I think so too. Like just having maybe his origin story or something of how he got to Mickey.
Yeah. Or it could be like Barbie where like he finds Toontown instead of like leaving Barbie Land.
That's so cute.
That would be really good. We should make it. We got this, Disney. Don't worry about it. Eric wanted to give us his little 2-finger point too, as I was telling him about this, and he said that characters he would like to see more of would have been the mermaid sisters from Little Mermaid, like her other 6 sisters.
Oh, that would have been a good one. Yeah, I feel like they showed them more in the live action one, but they didn't really talk much. And learning all of their personalities would be interesting.
Yeah,
Eric always thinking outside of the box.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I have an idea, and he just like takes it a step further. I'm like, oh, whatever, you creative-minded individual. But I think it could be interesting, like from my standpoint. I don't know, I can't speak for Eric, but like almost like a family dynamic of having like all the sisters in Ariel with King Triton and how it all kind of like the dynamic of that kind of worked out a family.
Yeah, they should have fit that into the animated series.
Yeah, that
I'm
would have been
mad.
cute.
I used to
know,
watch
right?
that every day, so I know it wasn't in there.
Yeah, no, I saw some of that stuff. And I remember seeing, because I remember seeing the stuff, like speaking back on Flounder, where like I remember when he got hypnotized, and I think that was in one of the series.
Oh my gosh, you just unlocked a memory. Yes. Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I guess that's good. So I guess justice for Flounder was served in a lot of the animated series. So I can be happy with that. But I think if we're going to keep with the Little Mermaid, we needed to see more from the sisters and like the royal family.
Yes. Thank you, Eric.
That's so funny.
Okay, so it is time for my personal favorite part of the show, our 2-finger points. So what are we feeling controversial about today? Did you want to go first, Amber?
Sure. So mine's sticking with DCOM's Disney Channel movies. So Halloween Town 4 should not exist. Y'all can fight me on it.
I agree 100. I think everyone agrees.
I just think it's like they literally replaced only Marnie and they kept everybody else, and they expected us not to notice. We were a part of this franchise for 3 movies and the main character is gone.
Yeah, and has Kimberly J. Brown ever talked about that?
I don't think she's ever publicly addressed it.
Okay, I wonder why. Maybe she was doing a different project or something, but you cannot replace Marnie Cromwell.
That's what I'm saying. She's the main girl we've been following. We followed her through everything, and then you're just going to change her. And that changes the entire dynamic of a movie because different actresses and actors portray things differently. So it gives a different vibe,
Yeah. And you even have W. Reynolds, who's a huge name. Like, I could understand if they had to replace her because they couldn't afford her. But Kimberly J. Brown, she did Quince too. So she had like some Disney experience.
Gosh, Quince.
Did I just unlock a
low-key,
memory for you?
really enjoyed that movie.
I did too. It was super cute.
No, I forgot that she was, yeah.
I think she's a really good actress.
But yeah, no, I liked her as an actress, especially when she was young. I thought she was kind of like really animated in the face and like very
Yes.
expressive. And I thought that like it was good. She played her roles well.
Yes. Oh my gosh. There's a scene in Quince that I will never forget. Her like chin she's about to cry and her chin is like quivering.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I always remember that. Like it was just so detailed in her acting. And she was
I'm like,
young.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, girl, you got it down. Like, I'm surprised we didn't see her more later on, but I think she wanted to take the more normal approach in life, which I mean, like, good for her because she gave us Halloween Town, and for that we will love Halloween Town 1 through 3.
Have you seen her on TikTok? Because she does like TikToks and she's dating the guy who played Cal.
She's
Like,
married to him now.
Oh, they're married?
They're married.
Okay, I need to catch up on my internet. It's been a couple years, but
It's okay.
that's good they got married.
And she has an Etsy shop that she sells merch. So
free plug. I have a
mean,
shirt from her. It's my favorite quote is being normal's what is it? Sorry, now
vastly overrated.
There we go. I'm blanking. But yeah, I have that shirt. And I've heard, I did not get this, but I heard if you request in the notes that she sends you an autograph, she will.
Oh, shut up. I'm buying something now. I was already I'm afraid to be like that person though, you know, like because I want it, but it's like
but she advertises that it's her, like she's in the photos for the products.
Yeah,
it's her shop. So she's making money off of her fame from that movie. So I'm sure she has no problem. And they're probably already made. It's probably a matter of her grabbing an autograph and sticking it in your bag.
You're probably right. And she's really nice. I like from what I've seen on her social media presence, like you said, she's literally self-promoting herself from her fame previously. So I mean, you kind of have to roll with that.
See her doing now. I could see her doing like Hallmark.
Oh,
like Hallmark movies or Christmas movies. I could see her doing that.
I could be into that. I wouldn't hate that.
Now we're gonna give a shout out. I don't really watch those kind of movies, but I feel like Hallmark should get her and her husband in a movie. I would watch it, like a Christmas one.
Yes,
or
instead
Halloween
of Halloween.
one.
I was gonna say instead of Halloween, move her to Christmas. I kind of love that though. I love the holiday jump though.
Wouldn't that be a cute movie with them?
That would be really cute, especially because they do all the romance movies. They've done everything 500 times over, so why not do this one?
Yes. Move on to the next generation.
Christmas and Halloween, or Halloween at Christmas. That
or like kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas, like
exactly
crossover. Oh.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, obviously, like we had our spooky session over here with the last few episodes, guys. We're in our villain era. We're feeling the spooky vibes. So, I mean, I had to keep it going with Halloween Town 4. But let's get to where it's a little bit cooler.
Yeah, I'll take it from Halloween to Christmas. So my 2-finger point for this week is that Olaf is an underrated sidekick. I feel like there's some people that love him, a lot of kids, but a lot of people hate him and find him annoying, which I don't feel is justified. I feel like, yes, his personality is a little strong, but he is the ultimate ride or die. He was willing to give up his life and sacrifice himself for Anna and Melt. Like, he's the only character that's made me, or the only sidekick that has made me cry like that. I'm sorry, you don't see Mushu, you don't see Miko or Gus doing any of that. So that's my 2-finger point. I know people are going to disagree, but I stand firm where I'm at.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. He did sacrifice he literally was willing to sacrifice his entire life for somebody. And that is commendable and admirable. I mean, yeah, as a sidekick, I find him to be underrated. I'll agree with that. He's just annoying. That's it. Like, he's just annoying. But I'm annoyed by a lot of things. So, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, like, maybe just push him down in the snow for a little bit.
There you go.
I don't know.
Hey, Amber.
Hey, Kylie.
Have you been on our website lately?
You mean our really awesome website that will show you where you can stream the podcast?
That one. Not only can you stream from the site and see all the platforms we stream on, but you can also take fun Disney-themed quizzes and even grab our itineraries and scavenger hunts for the parks.
What? We have all that?
Duh, we gotta give the people what they want.
Go visit our website, twofingerpointpodcast.com. That's the number 2 spelled out, TWO, twofingerpointpodcast.com for all the good stuff.
All right, so it is time for story of the week. I found something a little shorter and a little more lighthearted this time. I feel like we're always doing like the investigative journalism work on this, but this was just a fun one. So it's from a Reddit thread called Former Disney Theme Park Employees of Reddit. What are some dirty secrets or stories you can tell us about your time here? And somebody named My Nickname 86 commented, one of my favorite moments as a cast member was when New Fantasyland opened a Magic Kingdom. I was headed to break and saw Gaston out meeting guests. He was just leaving as well, and I let him leave ahead of me. He, using the manliness Gastoniest voice he could, he was perfect. The second he gets backstage and out of earshot from guests, he is the most flamboyant gay man I've ever seen. Nothing wrong with that at all, mind you. It was just the sheer contrast of his performance that threw me off. Good guy.
Oh my God. No, I love that. First of all, this is the kind of things that we as cast members got to see that like guests don't get to. And I get that we're preserving the magic, but there's something about being able to see both sides that I really enjoy.
Yes, absolutely. Like that is just from one side to the other with the contrast. And yeah, so I found that and I just thought it'd be fun to share this week.
I love it. Yeah, this is good lighthearted, like this is the fun side of being a cast member. You get to see these contrasts of, and it's jarring side of it versus like, it just reminds me, like my sister, for example, like one time I had her on the phone, but I was working in retail and I set my phone down and I was talking, hey, hang on, let me put the phone down. Hi, how are you doing today? And, did my whole retail thing. And I picked the phone back up and I'm like, okay, I'm back. And she's like, hi, how are you doing? What's going on today? And I'm like, okay, so I guess I have a retail voice.
I feel like we all do, though. We all have that customer service voice. It's just funny that one went from Gaston to flamboyant gay guy.
Exactly. So that's funny. Okay, guys. So today we're going to do a BuzzFeed quiz that Kylie found for us.
We'll link it in the show notes.
Yes. And it is Which Disney Princess Said It? You guys know after last week, oh my God, I am not great at guessing. It's so embarrassing.
So yeah, this one will be given a quote and we have to guess, it's multiple choice, which princess said it. All right, so the first one is, if I do marry, I want it to be for love. And our options are Mulan, Jasmine, Megara, and Snow White. This is Jasmine, right?
I thought it was Megara.
Huh. So I've only seen Hercules like twice.
But I think you might be right. I think it might be Jasmine.
My thoughts are Jasmine was being, I hate to say this, but like traded off to be married, right? Like they were auditioning husbands for her.
Yeah. The whole point of it was her to have an arranged marriage. So I think it was Jasmine.
Okay. We'll find out.
Oh yeah, you were right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, next one. I don't see how a world, okay, I know this one. I don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be so bad. That's Ariel. It's literally the beginning, the talking part of your world.
Oh yeah. Okay, click.
I knew that before I finished.
Flounder.
Aw.
Love him. Okay.
Okay, so the next one. Maybe what I really wanted was to prove I could do things right. So when I looked in the mirror, I'd see someone worthwhile. Ooh, that's deep. So sorry, I didn't read the options. So we have Megara, Belle, Cinderella, and Mulan.
This one makes me think that it's Mulan, but
that's what I was thinking because of reflection.
Right, but I feel like that's throwing me, and I feel like that's wrong.
Me too. I feel like it could be Megara because yeah. Do you want to go with Megara?
Let's go with Megara. I think it's her.
Oh, it was Mulan.
Damn.
They even gave us a hint.
I know, but it felt too obvious. And as we know, the more obvious sometimes
Yeah.
are not necessarily true.
Okay, next one. Well, it's like a dream, a wonderful dream come true. Snow White, Ariel, Aurora, or Cinderella?
Ooh.
I'm thinking Aurora or Cinderella.
I think it's Cinderella. I don't think it's Aurora. I don't remember her saying that.
Okay. Or,
I'm between Snow White and Cinderella.
Yeah, now I'm like, well, I feel like Snow White would be like, why? It's like a dream.
Wonderful dream come true.
Right? I feel like that is something Snow White would say.
Yeah,
I don't recall Cinderella really talking like that.
I think it's Snow White.
Okay.
Oh.
It was Cinderella.
Damn, really? Oh, so it's when she gets her gown from Fairy Godmother.
We're bad at this.
Yeah. Let's see. Next question. Well, you should learn to control your temper. Mulan, Jasmine, Belle, or Pocahontas?
It's Belle to Beast. I already know this one.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, it was correct. Yep.
Look at her. Honestly, I think one of my favorite things about Belle is like how she squares up to Beast and like gets all up in her face. He's scary looking guy, and she's like, and what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The next one is they say if you dream a thing more than once, it's sure to come true. And we have Aurora, Snow White, Esmeralda, and Cinderella. I'm pretty sure I've heard this recently, but I'm not sure. What were you going to say?
I was going to say I'm pretty sure that's Aurora.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like I'm wrong.
I'm good to go with Aurora.
Because a dream is a wish. Well, no, a dream is a wish your heart makes.
I walked with you once upon a dream.
Yeah, but then I'm thinking about a dream is a wish your heart makes. Isn't that Cinderella?
Oh wait, yeah, that is Cinderella.
So that's where I'm thinking it might be Cinderella. I don't think Aurora said that. If they say if you dream a thing more than once, it's sure to come true.
Why should be Esmeralda?
I know, right?
I feel like we already had Cinderella.
Do you want to go different ways and see who's right?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
What did
I'll
I
go
say?
Cinderella,
Aurora.
you go Aurora.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was right.
Oh,
Aurora.
what? Oh, man. That's bad. That's my favorite movie.
Next one. March straight outside and wash, or you'll not get a bite to eat. Belle, Snow White, Cinderella, or Aurora? I feel like Cinderella said that to Bruno, the dog.
I think that's Snow White talking to like Grumpy, because he comes in all grumpy and he tries to eat, I think, and she tells him it's either Grumpy or Dopey.
Oh, you're right.
Coming back from the mines.
Okay. We'll go
That's
with
my
Snow White.
Okay.
You were right.
Yay. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me too. We should do like a rewatch of all of the movies.
I really want to. And the new ones. I want to do classics and the newer movies, the ones that I haven't caught up to yet.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any suggestions of like what you think or where we should start or whatever, like let us know, because we definitely want to start doing some watches and maybe some Instagram lives where we can like banter with you guys about different things or opinions. So like let us know.
Yes.
Okay. Back to the quiz. So next question is, or the next quote is, I think it's telling me something's about to happen, something exciting. Pocahontas, Esmeralda, Aurora, or Megara.
I feel like that would be Esmeralda because she was a gypsy, so maybe she was reading a palm. I just watched this movie and I know she read Quasimodo's palm because she was like, "Oh, let me look. I don't see one thing about a monster in here."
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah,
because I don't think anyone else made sense. Oh, really?
Oh,
that was I kind of thought it for a second, but I like didn't feel like it made sense.
It was Pocahontas. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Next one is the only fool I see is you. Jasmine, Esmeralda, Belle, or Megara?
I'm gonna go with Megara.
Oh,
Either Megara or Jasmine.
I was thinking possibly Belle because I feel like she shouted that at Feast once, but I don't know that sounds right.
It's definitely her temperament to say something like that, but I don't remember that line.
Yeah. The only fool I see is you.
I think I'm gonna go with Megara. Because I feel like I would have remembered Jasmine saying it too. I've seen that movie so many times.
I haven't seen Hunchback in a while, but something said Esmeralda, but just because
Wait.
Because don't they have a fool?
It is Esmeralda. She
Right?
says it to Frollo. You're
Okay.
right. You're totally
thought
right. It's
so.
during the carnival. Okay.
Okay. Oh, phew, yes.
You're so right. I'm so glad you said
Wow.
that because I was like, oh, it's not her. I didn't even think about it, but yes.
Oh, seeing her too. I haven't seen her character in a while, and I'm like, yes, I remember
Isn't she
you.
beautiful?
Oh, I love her. She's so great. I kind of want to be her for Halloween.
You would make a great Esmeralda.
This could be fun. Okay. Oh, so the last one. And finally, people always do crazy things when they're in love. Pocahontas, Ariel, Jasmine, or Megara?
I'm pretty sure this one's Megara.
Really?
Either that or Ariel. It's got to be one or the other.
Those are the two. I think you're right. I think it's Megara. I don't think it's Ariel.
I want everything to be Megara, I feel like, during this quiz.
We haven't gotten her once yet, though, so I feel like it's probably her. And I just don't remember somebody saying something like this in Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yep.
Woo!
Hey, well, I didn't do too bad. I got 7 out of 10. How about you?
I got 6.
Okay, so not bad. So
Yeah, we did
mine
good.
says you got 7 right. You're a true OG Disney princess scholar. Good for you.
Mine says you got 6 right. You're a little rusty on your princess trivia, but hey, it could have been worse, which honestly, the most accurate.
True.
That's so funny. That was fun. I liked that one.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was girly themed, but also, it was a quiz. So we got to test our trivia out.
Plus, I had options, so like I was barriered in. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week for another episode of Two Finger Point.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Two Finger Point, hosted by Amber Omar and Kylie Salmon. Created by Amber Omar and Kylie Salmon. Produced by Amber Omar. Engineered by Kylie Salmon. Social media managed by Kylie Salmon. Content created by Amber Omar and Kylie Salmon. Stay connected with us by following us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube at Two Finger Point Podcast, with the number 2 spelled out TWO. You can also contact us by visiting our website at twofingerpointpodcast.com. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast to have new episodes automatically downloaded to your device or to get alerts of our new episodes on YouTube. We'd greatly appreciate you rating and reviewing the podcast as well. You could be selected to have your review read on the podcast, like this review here from our friend Zoe. My Disney Podcast Fix. Amber and Kylie have put together the perfect podcast about all things Disney. Love to hear their banter, their opinions, their recommendations, and I love following along with their quiz at the end of each episode. You know it's a good podcast when you find yourself chiming in. Listening to them every week has me feeling connected to the parks, even when I'm far away. Thanks, ladies. And thank you, Zoe, for your kind review. We will catch you next Tuesday for our next episode, but until then, have a magical day.